everybody, and I want to welcome everyone to this episode of the Booze Geek. My name is Chuck, and I am your host. And before I get started, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. And if you like the episode, well, hit that like button too. Give us a big thumbs up. And I'm going to thank you all in advance. But on this episode, we are tasting and reviewing a beer from Uinta Brewing, and they are located in Salt Lake City, Utah. Now, Uinta, they have been around since 1993, and they are also named after the Uinta Mountain Range in Utah. So, hey, pretty cool. And Uinta, U-I-N-T-A, Uinta Brewing. So, let me grab the can. From Uinta, this is their Pumpkin Ale. And it's still that time of year, so another pumpkin beer. Go figure. But anyways, this is a Pumpkin Ale. This beer clocks in at 5% ABV, and it's got an IBU of 24. So, without further ado, pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. Let's crack the top. Let's get this started. Here we go. Pumpkin Ale. 1, 2. Boom, boom. Pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. No smoke. From the pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. A nice little pumpkin pour. But I am saying, I like the color. That looks like a pumpkin ale. That is a nice, solid orange. We have 1 finger veil of carbonation on top. And, I mean, it's white, but it's just slightly off white. But, yeah, nice color on that. Nice color. But let's give this a swirl. Swirl, swirl. And let's give it a nose. Here we go. Pumpkin ale. Okay. First and foremost, we are getting some baking spices. A little bit of nutmeg. A little bit of clove. And yes, there is a little slight aroma of pumpkin coming off as well. Sort of swirl one more, but we are also getting... Interesting. There are some floral notes coming off of this, which is a little interesting. And a little bit of a brown sugar sweetness as well. But one more swirl, and let's give this beer a sippy sip. Here we go. Prost to Uinta, and prost to the pumpkin ale. Here we go. Prost, baby. Okay. Well, number 1, medium-bodied beer. Oh, yeah, it's not overly medium-bodied. There's some weight to it, but it's on the lower end of a medium-bodied beer. But what do we have flavor-wise? Well, let's find out. Because first and foremost, a little bit of that pumpkin's coming through. However, we are getting those baking spices. A little bit of that nutmeg, a little bit of that cinnamon. I mean, they're there. They're a little weak, but they're there. But, I mean, realistically, I mean, it's really rounded out by those floral notes, which is a little odd. And this one is also, it's very bready. Yeah, very, very bready on this one. Let me give this another sip here. Yeah, and there's just a hint. I mean, just a small hint of that brown sugar sweetness coming through. Here's the thing. What would I give this on the pint meter? Well, you know, this is another one of those pumpkin beers, kind of falls in the middle. I mean, it's too much baking. It's too much of the spices to give it that pumpkin pie kind of beer. Or excuse me, to give it that pumpkin ale, that pumpkin puree beer, but but then it has the spices. How do I want to say this? I'm getting tongue-tied. Well, like I said, it's in the middle. Let me just say that. I mean, it's not bad. I wish it would just pick, is it going to be a pumpkin beer or a pumpkin pie kind of esque beer? And it's in the middle. The aromas are a little... They're a little light. They're a little thin. The flavors are a little thin. I wish more of those spices were coming through, the baking spices, the clove, the cinnamon, the nutmeg, because it would really, I mean, that would really boost it up and give it that pumpkin pie-esque kind of flavor. But then, with that being said, it's there's so little that you could have kept them off, and you kept those flavors out and just gave it the pumpkin quality. I don't know. On the pint-o-meter, so I'm going to shut up because I keep getting tongue-tied on that. I'm only going to give this one. I'm going to give this one a 6. I mean, it needs a little refinement. I'm just going to say that it needs a little bit of tweaking, and it could be really good. It just falls flat on a few of those areas. However, I'm going to take one more sip and wrap this up. I'm going to leave it at that. Just, pick a side. And with that, I want to thank everyone for tuning into this episode. And as always, you can follow me at the websites, which are www.pubsofacquainted.com, or the blog, which is www.pubsofacquainted.blogspot.com. And with that, I'm raising this pipe, man. I'm being quiet. We'll see you on the next episode. Cheers, PROST, and enjoy.